On behalf of Akuno Sankofa Bay, you know what I'm saying? Jay, where you at? We're trying to help our people elevate. Hope. HOPE. We're giving them hope. We doing what we gotta do, you know. Every day, one step at a time, man. We gonna make it happen. Helping our people elevate. Yeah. Sometimes I practice focus, thought, and meditate. I'm trying to come with other ways to help our people elevate and seeking knowledge, make me levitate. The lifted mental state is what results from how we orchestrate. This for the family's sake. Let's self-reflect and self-evaluate. And every day, make sure the steps you take, you calculate. Receive a master's fate. I know I can't exist without the hate, but that's okay. I balance that with higher self today. Success is on this way, and after that, my flesh can pass away.
Y'all bear with me. I guess the rain slowed down my bandwidth here. But peace. Glad everybody's able to come on today. Today's Abdullah's solar return. So I got a slide for him when he comes up. Y'all want to, say any positive motivational words. We'll take a few minutes out to appreciate his solar return and all the work he's been doing day in and day out for us. And when his slide come up, you'll see it's the second slide. But I'm gonna try to get this screen share back going, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Let's see. Just waiting on it to pop up, and why is it going so damn slow? Has it popped up on anybody's screen yet?
No, not yet. It's slowly moving.
Well, the screen is black. I don't know. We are seeing like your mouse move and your taskbar.
Yeah. It would do this, right? It was working all the day, and then it's starting to slow up. While it's loading, O'Connor, you want to talk about your YouTube channel, where they can find some of the recordings and some of the recordings and maybe some of the stuff you're gonna be implementing in the future? Just kill some time.
Okay, yeah. The YouTube channel is Hope, HOPE, but it's abbreviated for helping our people elevate. It's all one word on YouTube, helping our people elevate. I will be recording tomorrow's session, part 4 of the Father Modern Race Paradigm. It's a long title. I can't even remember the title, but it's gonna be part 4, like I said, a presentation. And I will be working on shirts for my YouTube channel, and I am in the process of working on putting a book together on the work that I'm doing. Let me see what. Yeah, like I said, you can find the YouTube channel helping our people elevate. That's pretty much it. I mean, if you go to the channel, I've been putting these classes in the channel, helping promote the tribe, brother Kwasi. It's been getting a lot of big responses. People liking the information he's presenting. That's really much it. I mean, I can't think of really too much. Subscribe to the channel, help support it. I just became a YouTube partner, which was pretty cool for me. I came with the platform last May, and I'm almost at 600 subscribers in less than a year. Well, yeah, think it was like what, May 18th, somewhere around there. So it's coming up on a year. But yeah, I mean, just check the channel out. I put historical information on there. I've done interviews with local people. I'm in the process of getting Kwasi on there. We're gonna have a sit down, a one-on-one on my platform and talk about his smoothie, you know what I mean, his smoothie business and everything he got going on, his work in the community. I have 2 videos with a brother Abdullah on there. I have a couple other conscious Moors from other places. I have a brother from Hawaii on there, a brother from Michigan on there. I have a few conscious Moors on there. Like I said, I've done local interviews, so I put local artists on there. I help support local businesses if I can on my channel. You can get various information on there. You just got to go check it out.
It's some powerful stuff, y'all. If you don't mind, bro, post it like the YouTube link so they can go straight to it and go ahead and subscribe now while we're on. If you all haven't subscribed.
Let me
All
go
right.
to it.
So we'll go ahead and be looking out in the chat, and while we're on, you probably can click the link, go ahead and subscribe, and so you can get and hit the notification bell so it'll pop up once he posts his new stuff. You'll be alerted. So this is Tribal Ujima's bi-weekly study group. Where we meet every second and fourth Wednesday, from 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. You're able to share this link out to friends, family, so that they're able to get on and partake in our education. And if you're not speaking, just be sure to mute yourself. But feel free to speak though, but it just if you're not speaking collectively to the group, just keep your mic muted. So today's session, we're gonna go over, we're not really going deep into any information today. What I seen that would be necessary, because we have a lot of us, sometimes 20, 15, 10 people on. That's good. We don't have to have 1 million people on right now. But we need to be able to know how to use different platforms so we can create our educational content to be able to execute the mass education. And so it's great for us to be on listening, building with one another. But we also have to get comfortable enough with creating our own, because your mind is valuable. What you see in your mind, the questions that you have, the ideas, the answers, the articulation methods that you have to convey what you want to convey is important. With the questions you have in your mind, somebody else has it in their mind. So I realized it's not all one way we got to teach. Your methods can be used. We learned about Abdullah Bey's method. Other people may have other methods, and we want to be able to put that on the forefront so that when we do the mass community outreach and education, it won't just be 3 or 4 people, 4 or 5 people. So we're projecting. This PowerPoint is purposes of projecting ahead so that we all can be working on our own educational platforms using PowerPoint, or you can use Canva. Some people use Canva. I don't personally know how to, I've used Canva before, but I haven't used it in detail to create any PowerPoints or anything. And so today's study group is specifically to be able to project what's in your mind. We have to be able to project what's in it. We can't continue only just getting on to listen. What I'm saying, because a lot of people they have information. So now it's time to get that out of your mind. And I'll be here to help. I'm here to help you, not just on Wednesday. Just get with me, but it has to be your own mind, your own thoughts. Come together with your own concepts and documents of support, and convey it the way you wish to convey it. And that's where I'll come in to help you present it, but it's up to you to get it out of your mind. And so that's the challenge for us, to begin to create our own content, so that we can have more study groups. Right now we have one every second and fourth Wednesday, every second and fourth Thursday with Brother Kono, and then every first and third Thursday with the advanced study that I know of. And if I've left someone out, y'all let me know. But I know every first and third Thursday, that's the advanced study group with Brother Abdullah. Then we have every second and fourth Thursday.
Morris Mondays.
Morris Mondays. Then we got Morris Mondays. Yeah, Morris Mondays. every second and fourth Wednesday, every second and fourth Thursday, every first and third Thursday. So as you all begin to get more comfortable with using PowerPoint, just you ain't got to present right now, but let this practice using it though. Practice putting out whatever your thoughts are or whatever you got going on. Practice putting it on the format onto the PowerPoint, and then we can have sessions where you come in and share it, what we can develop. But we can't only continue to just listen on the second and fourth Wednesday, the second and fourth Thursday, Morris Monday, the first and third. A lot of us are intelligent already, had know certain stuff. You don't have to wait till you, because I'm still learning. Brother Kono still learning. We're still learning, but you know what you do know, you can put it in a presentation and begin to present it so that we have more days where people are able to get on, and learn. Even if it's once a month, you can start out once a month. So this study group today is a challenge as well. It's to challenge the countries more so that we can do the mass community education. So we have more days than just the second and fourth Wednesday, the second and fourth Thursday, the first and third Thursday, Morris Monday. We gotta have more than that. It's not enough. We need to have more presentations on throughout the weeks, throughout the months. So just us doing it is not enough. We won't get there, just us doing it. So we all have to, which this is a challenge. And so this PowerPoint today is designed for you to fulfill that challenge so that you'll be able to utilize PowerPoint. So I'll continue on with that. Happy
If I
solar
may,
return. Go ahead, bro.
my apologies. I was just gonna say, if I may, I don't mind helping other people as well if they have ideas and hey, can you put this together for me? Help me, you know what I mean? I don't mind helping others, bro. That's what we're here for, to help each other. So I don't mind helping other people.
Yeah, and Brother Kono, he helps me all the time, giving me, it was an app, I can't think of the app right now, but brother will help you. You just got to call him and reach out. And we got to be comfortable enough to be able to deal with each other like that, because this is what it's about. I was talking to some guys out of Atlanta earlier today, and they were talking about trust, and filing, doing all this paperwork stuff. And I was just briefly, I did more listening than talking because I didn't want to turn them off and make it like it's an argument. But I dropped my own and told them a little bit about post-millennial. But I basically informed them that just paperwork called the trust means nothing. It's more about us actually having trust, the actual trust in one another, be able to call the Econos and say, hey, bro, I got this. I want to do this PowerPoint, but I don't know how to convey it. I don't know, man. We got to have trust to be able to call each other. So if we're all looking at one picture, we all will give different words, and different sentences about the same picture, but it's all to convey what we see in the picture. So you're not alone. We can't do this alone. And so when you want to develop something or you want to do something, we have to be comfortable enough to call the Amandas. We should follow each other, so we're in the same loop, but we don't feel like we have to do everything alone. And but I was just basically telling them, just having paperwork, just say we got a trust file, and that don't mean that to the real world. We got to actually have a trust amongst each other. We got to actually trust one another. Where I can send you $50 and you hold it for me the next week. I got to be able to, type of thing. I got to be able to trust in you, or you trust in me, or Picola trust in Okono or the amount. We got to be able to trust each other in real life, not just document filing. That means nothing. And so I just offer that as value. But happy solar return to Brother Abdullah Bey. You all can bookmark his website, mooresandmasonry.org. Let me see if I can pull it up for a second. Mooresandmasonry.org. And the brother has written, I got a lot of the books. It's a slight delay. Maybe it'll.
The computer recording stop. Recording in progress. All right.
Okay. All right. Can y'all see it? Let me reshare the screen.
Happy solar return, Abdullah.
Oh, thank you, Amanda. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, so we'll go back to the slide.
Go back to your presentation, Kwasi. Show them what you got for them.
Okay. We're going back to the slide. It's a slight lag because of the weather, the rain. So we just bear with me here today. It's a slight lag. All right, did it pop up yet? I don't know, man. This stuff.
Let me put my screen on. Let me hold on. I gotta put my tar boots on.
All right, there it is.
For a minute, get on the screen for a minute.
So that we got happy
getting
solar
on the screen.
return. Okay, can you see the screen?
Yes.
All right, I'm on the screen now.
So yeah, we happy solar return, brother Abdullah Bay, and we was talking about your website, getting everybody to bookmark the website, and I was gonna show everybody some of the books on the website so that they can bookmark it and begin to share it with their friends. So I just want to take a moment out, to appreciate all the work that brother Abdullah's been doing, enlightening us, because your time is more valuable than anything you can present to me. And so your time is the most valuable thing. We want to appreciate that, spending your time, working with us, trying to enlighten us on misconception. That means a lot. And that takes a lot out of a person to consistently be able to even want to do that. Most people ain't taking time out like that. They charging you packages. We got to be honest. And so I just want to take the time out to appreciate Brother Abdullah and all the hard work, and I open the floor for anybody just to come on. However long you feel like you need to spill your heart, feel free to come on. But he's helped me out along the way with a lot of the stuff I've been doing, and I just want to give him my appreciation. And I'm always here for you, whatever I can do. I'll be a call away as I see the sincerity. I feel it from states away. And so you got my support wholeheartedly. And anybody else want to come on and say anything?
Brother Kono, just want to say thank you for everything you do. I talked to you this morning. We talk every morning, so for every rising. So I just want to say thank you for everything you do and that energy you got to keep going every day. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago, some people get burnt out, but your fire is never burned out. You know what I'm saying? It could be 6 o'clock in the morning and we on the phone. You know what I mean? And you got that same energy. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. Am I still froze?
Thank you. No, you moving slow.
Yeah.
No, you're not that bad. No, you good.
All right. Then I was gonna pull up
Great.
here, the website right quick. So this is mooresandmasonry.org. I've ordered a lot of these books. You don't have to wait long. Once you order, you'll get them at your doorstep. But here's a few of the books that Brother Abdullah Bay has written. How Her and Venus and Moon Rule. I let somebody use that book, man. I got to get another one. I can't remember who, or maybe I misplaced it, but I'm gonna have to get me another one. It's some jewels in that book, I tell you. And then you got the Masonic compass and square and their connection to measurement and timekeeping. You got to check it out. We also got Moors and Masonry Part 2. So that means there's a Part 1 too. There's a Moors and Masonry Part 1 and Part 2 that you need to get and check out. And the prices are great for the information that you're getting. I would go ahead and order them. If I was you, I would save a couple dollars every other check. But get these books so that you can have them at your disposal and be able to read them and really get enlightened. And it helped me out a lot. And I still got a lot of reading to do in some of these books. But then you got the etymology and vocabulary, which is very important to be able to look at language in another light than we have been presented. So it's great to be able to use that tool and be able to see language from a different view. You got Illuminati.
Girl, I got the loot for the
Whoa, man.
And then you got
Right.
Illuminati.
Stern. All right.
You got Illuminati and Illumination of the Mind. And it goes into all the so-called symbols, that we've been taught were symbols that actually they have functions and and deeper meanings than the surface level that's been presented. So that book goes into detail. I was really enlightened when I was reading that book, about some of those concepts, Kundalini energy, the spine, and and all that stuff. The elephant, long-term memory, the pine cone representing the pineal gland, and so that's a great book to have to clear up some of your misconception and all the secrecy and the woo type of thing. You'll see a few pictures of them posted with other people that's purchased the book. Here's the Moors and Masonry Part 1. Who are these imposters? Man, when I first got that book, I was just like, damn, I don't know. I don't know nothing. It's just what's been taught. It's just the reconstruction. It just knocked us over the head. It's a great weapon that's been presented to us that keeps us divided. And this book helps. All of them help resurface the way we look at life and the way we look at ourselves and why our brothers and sisters act the way they act. So it's a powerful book to have. So make sure you all bookmark mooresandmasonry.org and go ahead and purchase your book today. So we'll start. Let me go back over here to the presentation.
All right, I'm gonna take on my golf video.
All right, peace. Great to have you on your solar return, brother.
I'm not leaving. I'm just getting off video. I'm not
Okay.
leaving. I'm staying on, brother.
All right, so we'll go ahead and get started with the presentation. As I was telling them earlier, today's presentation is more so to get your mindset onto a screen, so it won't just be, like I say, the second and fourth Wednesday, the second and fourth Thursday, the first and third Thursday, and the Moors Mondays. That's not enough. We got to have more and more days, where people are on, and you won't have it all together at once, because I'm still learning. As I was saying earlier, I'm just saying it because a few people came on, but don't wait till you got it all together. Just if you got certain concepts, begin after you learn how to use PowerPoint today, begin putting what you can together, and then we'll help you critique it, add stuff here and there, and just piece it together. You don't have to do it all today, do it all tomorrow, just gradually piece it together, and so that we can have more days on where we can receive people to come on and learn, and so we can do this mass community education. This is I just told you all, and it was actually Abdullah recommended that I show you all as we get on some of just the community outreach tactics that we've been implementing. And this is the Ishtar event that was held March 31st in the hood. They call it Tall Pine, which is actually worse than the hood for the conditions, but in our area. But we gave out about 200 plates, 200 and some plates. It was a wonderful event. We played nationality games where we used the beanbag to throw it on various posters. We got poster boards, and Cam wrote out different nationalities on the poster boards. And the children was able to, so you got to land at least 2 times on the poster board. So they get 3 chances. So they would throw the beanbag, and if you land 2 of them, I would give them $1 or 2. And the way that we have enough funds is I just save my dollars when I go to the store and buy something. The change that they give me, the $5 bills, that go to whatever it go to, $10, $20, but the dollar bills just go in the envelope, because we got to be able to invest into what we're doing. It won't grow unless you invest into it, give it value. And so the children, they are more inclined to be engaged when they know that there's a reward mechanism. And it's okay, because it's like when I was growing up, sometimes we got an allowance for doing something that we supposed to do anyway, but we would get an allowance, not all the time, but to encourage good behavior. And so we wanted to encourage them to think and participate in this, especially this the only game where they won money besides the Easter egg hunt. But they would throw the beanbag, and if they get 2, they would win a note, Federal Reserve note. They would win Federal Reserve note. And so that game, a lot of them never heard of the word nationality. So we had to sign it out with some of them. So that's the seed. We talk sometimes about the unseen world, and we talk about the things that's not seen, and planting seeds, which is the same concept with agriculture, which we have a garden program. And so we wanted to plant that seed. We're not trying to do everything overnight. It's to lay out a long-term comprehensive plan, and so you all learning how to use PowerPoints is part of that long-term comprehensive plan. It can't be done with the Okonos, the Pecolas, the Abdullah Bays and Shims. It's not enough for us just to get on the study groups and listen every other week. That's not the goal. The goal is for us to be able to take what we've learned, create our own PowerPoints, our own presentations, and be able to present it. Well, it ain't got to be all together and be all perfect, but do it. Get it in motion. And then like Kano, you can call Kano, he'll help you call me. If you want to kind of touch it up, Badula Bay probably be available, we call him, but where you got the shell of it, you've started something. Then, take this as a better quote to use, or use this picture to go with it. And you'll learn all that. That's simple stuff. And so this is one of the community outreach mechanisms that we use is the Easter. And we also had the Declaration of the Rights of the Child banner that you see in the background. And a lot of people was looking like, man, what is that? I didn't know I had a right to that. Not even just never knew, never been presented. And so principle 3 of the Declaration of the Rights of the Child is every child has a right to a name and nationality. You see a few children there in the middle, they were empowered by this. And it's just a seed. It's a seed like a plant. And the reason I like to relate it to the garden is because it grows even when you're not maybe not seeing it grow. But the point is to plant the seed though. The seed got to be planted. And so the only thing we were doing with this is planting the seed, giving them, resources to look at. And then we got the study groups to when they have more questions, we have a structured study group for them to get on and be able to answer their questions. So this, you see in the system of it being brought into fruition. We can't do it. It won't be done alone with just the 2-3 Wednesdays, and it's not enough. Whoever's listening today, it's your job to be able to learn Canva, whatever you want to use, but to be able to put what you do know onto presentation format where you can even come on some second Wednesdays, fourth Wednesdays. Maybe Kono let you come on his. We won't all be on a couple people. You can come on and present something, one of your misconceptions as you learn. He say, damn, this is what I used to think. So what brought you to see it differently? That can be a presentation. It ain't got to be that super advanced because we're dealing with we're reaching out to our unconscious brothers and sisters as well as the conscious Moors, which is, we got the advanced study group. But I'm saying, if you don't know something and then you learn something, that's a presentation right there. And so you can put that in presentation format and come on and present it. If you don't want to have your own day right now, you can come on sometimes on the second Wednesday, give us a break, or on the fourth Wednesday, or maybe Kono let you on his, or at least 20 minutes where you come on and just give them a break, because we don't want to burn each other out. We don't want to sit back and say, I want to wait till they burn out. No, if you want to get involved, to keep pushing it. You don't wait till people burn out. So we get in where we fit in and we continue to push it as we work together. We don't wait for people to burn out. This was the MLK. This wasn't this year. This was actually about 2 years ago or something. And we got these shirts sponsored by one of the brothers in the military. And we started, as I was talking with Abdullah, he had an idea. And so we used Martin Luther King's speech instead of I'm just not going to celebrate it because Martin Luther King said we was black. We wanted to look into aligning ourselves with what's going on and then raise our people out of that, or raise them up with we under attack by routines and habits. You all know it's some routines and habits that you have that not beneficial, but you continue to do it. And so it's harder to break the routine and habit than it really is to change. It's just a routine and habit. And so we want to use these events where we know people are assembled together, 200-300 people. Why wouldn't we be there? We gonna get on Facebook and talk about them? We need to be there, and engage them. Not get on Facebook and say them people celebrate Easter, the pagan holiday. We got it. That ain't gonna do nothing. And so we want to be able to get there and enlighten them, bring them to structure, do stuff with them so they know you love them, and engage them. And that's part of the community outreach. But that's just that's a part of it. But that's not done after that. That's where these structured study groups come in at. So we're gonna need more of you all learning how to use PowerPoint. and we went into we have what we passed out was the speech Martin Luther King had. Are we judged by the content of our color of our skin or whatever? And then we gave the etymology of color. We went into Franco Bernier, Johann Friedrich Blumenbach, and Carl Linnaeus, and we put that on a document so that they can read it, and then we went into Tawny Moore and how black, Blackamoor. We gave a little bit of the Geneva. I think we put some of the Geneva Bible in there, correlating it with the King James Bible, Jeremiah, on how his wordplay going on, and just something for them to read. And then on the last page, they had the study group, so they wanted more information. We didn't do it at this event, but that we did it though last year. We did January of this year. We did do it, and what we had the study group. So if they wanted more information, they was able to text my phone or email us or come to the study group to ask more questions. And this is a youth committee that we have where we teach the children different things dealing with agriculture, regeneration of soil, propagating, how to use hand tools, shovels, hole diggers, tillers, augers, drip tape installation. But we went and took them to see this documentary called Groundbreaking, which we got funded. They didn't have to pay a dime. And they learned about various things. And they were happy because we were appreciating them, giving them stuff, and then they more inclined to want to learn from you instead of just walking up and saying, you're not black, you know that? So today we're going to get into how to use PowerPoint. The lag, I didn't know it was going to lag today, so I didn't do as many slides. I was going to do it live so you all could actually see and ask questions while I was showing you, rather than me just do a whole bunch of slides. So I don't have a bunch of slides to present. I was going to actually do a live screen share and just talk you through it as we were doing it. And so this was sent to me by Brother Abdullah. The study of political legitimacy and science, the methodology of returning sovereignty to the people, the methodology. So it ain't everything's not direct. So we're talking a methodology. And the topics at hand is community outreach, is what I talked about. That's not it. I can't stick my chest out and say, I do community outreach. I'm the best. That ain't that. I mean, that's something, but it's not enough. Then we got political legitimacy, with the educational component, political that we have to foster amongst ourselves through study and research amongst ourselves, and then governmental and political structure, wazirs and consuls and head of state, falling into those positions, not just reading about it, but becoming that, living it, moving it, being that in real life, and so that's what we're aiming to do. And so the community outreach is just how you reach people. That's not enough though. You still have the educating and the network that you see down at the bottom, groundwork. Some of that's groundwork, going out, reaching them. But the groundwork too is us learning how to use PowerPoint. That's ground stuff. That's just something you got to know how to do, or you can use other stuff like Canva. We may do something on Canva next. If you want to use Canva more than PowerPoint, then we'll figure out how to use Canva and we'll present that. But, so you got political skits, social media outreach, brochures, flyers that you can pass out, connecting with different established organizations, not looking at what they don't do. I know we were talking, and a guy was worried about us competing with the church. His mindset was we got to compete with the church. How can we he thinking about competing with the church. I don't think like that. When I see it, I see how can I align with whoever, whatever pastor. What are their interests? Or they say they want a little backyard garden at their church. How can I? So you look at aligning rather than we got the goal in mind. I'm saying you still know where we headed, but now we're talking about the methodology. How do you connect? How do you deal with other factions and groups, the AKAs or the Masonic Lodge, and you know, the Crips, the neighborhood, the Bloods, instead of just looking at what something you don't agree with, look at how can you, if you can't align with everybody. But I'm saying look at how you can align, let the mindset be alignment and not what they're not doing. Because we've all been under attack. We got to know that if I got a gun on somebody and on their head, and then you walk up and you say, "Oh, he's scary. He ain't." I mean, I got a gun on his head. The gun is on his head, and the only thing we saying is, "Little buddy's scary," or "He ain't got no heart." Instead of, "Can I sneak up behind Kwasi and disarm him?" So it's like we fighting against each other with our view of it. And so don't worry about him being scared. I got the gun to his head. You need to be figuring out, how do you sneak up behind me and disarm the gun? And so we got to look at our brothers and sisters out in the community in that way, so that we don't turn ourselves off. The only way to reach them is to be able to deal with them. And so I just wanted to say that. And so this is a flow chart. I'm gonna minimize it now. This is a flow chart that Brother Abdullah had drew on a sheet of paper, and he challenged me to learn how to put it on a digital format. So I've been busy though, but I've been working in the background. I didn't say anything, but I knew that I had to learn how to do this. We got to be able to do this, and so it's not hard at all. You got to just have time to do it. And so this is like almost like a flow chart where you have in the center, "We the people of the United States," because they say that more is a part and parcel, which I'm not going into that right now. But "We the people of the United States" is "We the people of New York," is "We the people of Georgia," "We the people of South Carolina," "We the people." That's who the United States is. And so in the next slide, I'm going to show you all how to recreate what you see here. Now, it may be a lag, so I may not do every single one because of the lag, but I just want you all to have an idea of the different tabs. So what I'll do before I go to that, I'm clicking on home. So in the home tab, like if I click, so under the home tab, I'm able to change the font. I can change the color of the word. So let's say if I want to change this to red, now you can see that it's turned red. But you only can do that while you're on the home tab. So if you click on insert and try to click on the same thing, there's no option. You don't see any option to be able to change if you want to change the color, because sometimes color matters. How you want to, but how you want to do stuff. But it'll pop up sometimes right here, and you can click up here and you can change the color of it. But if you're ever in doubt and say, "Well, how do I change the font? The font is too big or too small," just go back to the home tab. And the home tab is where you can do a lot of stuff with changing the font, the color, or if I want to give a background to the word, if it's not visible enough on whatever you're using, you can give a background, a highlight to it by using, and if you hover your cursor over any of these, it'll tell you what it is. So like you got bold, you can bold it. Oh, well, so all right, another thing, if you just click bold, you see it won't do anything because the PowerPoint doesn't know what you want to bold. And so I will have to highlight this and then click bold, and now it bolds it. And you can do like italics, underline. This is just getting you a general view. Once you get the concept, I mean, you can get on here and do it. You can do everything you want to do. It's just knowing just the concept like basketball. Once you know what a foul is, not the foul. Once you know what a walk is, a double dribble. So I can't give you every little bit of everything, but this just so you know how it flows. And this will be enough when we're done for you to create your own PowerPoint. And so that's how you do the bows and the background. But remember, you got to be in the home tab. Now, if you want to change the font itself, you click on the font tab and you got different fonts that you can choose from. Now let's say you can click this and make it bigger. So that's all that's doing is making the font go from 18 to 20. Instead of you clicking on this and trying to find the number, excuse me, you can just highlight it and just use that little A and big A just means front up and front down. And so you have here is if you want to bullet something. So when I click that, that's if you want to bullet, like, you know, bullet point. So you got this bullet point. So you click that, y'all can see how it changed. Let me click away so you can see. So it changed. The little red bullet said "We the people." That's because I clicked the bullet. Now let's say you do something or you delete something, but you didn't want to do that. This arrow at the top left corner of the PowerPoint is how you undo something in PowerPoint. You also can click Control Z, but you'll learn that as you get on yourself. But you click Control Z or you go click this back arrow and it'll redo whatever you did. Whether you delete a whole bunch of stuff that you just typed up, don't panic. You just got to go undo it. Now you can also redo stuff. So let's say if I say, well, I kind of like that better, and you don't want to retype a whole bunch of stuff or redo a whole bunch of stuff, instead of you having to click Control Y, or you on Windows, it's a little different for us to control. PowerPoint will be the same, whether you're using Apple, Windows, all that'll be the same, but for like control this, or, you know, that may change if you're using an Apple computer, but I'm talking Windows. And so you can redo it and it'll go back to the bullet point if you want to do that. And so now I'm gonna press Control Z and it takes me back to that without me having to go click on it. And so that's how you use your home tab. You can also center stuff. So you got alignment. You go here to the alignment, so you got to click on it though. So if you don't have anything clicked, you see the home tab, all the options are vague. You know, that's because you don't have anything clicked. But if you click on something, now the computer knows that you're dealing with that. And so if I want to like move it to the right, you see how it moves to the right of that bubble? Now this can be done a lot of different ways. Like, let's say I didn't have all these bubbles on the screen and I just wanted to move it to the right of the entire screen itself, not the individual bubbles. You still could do the same thing. You would click on whatever you want to do, and then you'll go to the text alignment, which is, we're still on the home tab, and you can center it. You can move it to the left, and you can move it. You know, you can separate it, and you can move it to the middle. Any questions on that part, or something you want to know about? Because that's how we're gonna do it. And then, because I don't want to just move too quick. We won't be on that long today, but I want to be sure you all know how to use PowerPoint, because we can't just wait on the second and fourth Wednesday. That's not the goal. I just want to let y'all know, I don't see that as the goal, that we wait on the second and fourth Wednesday and the second and fourth Thursday and the first and third Thursday and Moore's Mondays. I don't see that as the goal. We have to take what we know in our mind and begin ourselves to create the second and fourth Tuesdays, the first Friday. That's your job. Whoever listens. And so that's the point of the PowerPoint presentation. So it's very important to the mass education that we want to, because we can create our own stuff to teach, but you got to know how to do it. Can't be up to 2-3 people. It's not gonna work. So any questions on the home tab on how to do anything, or go over something again, or something you might want to add? You may have used PowerPoint before and I may have missed something that you think I ought to say.
It's on, bro. It's on, bro.
As long
Okay. I'm probably gonna need you to if I can't really, like, I ain't got my glasses on right now, but I can't really see that. I'm trying to look at it, but it's so hard to see. I don't know if there's any way you can, like, email me that, something like that.
yes. What's your, you want us to email it to you?
Yeah. Cause I guess I'm a little computer literate. I got a desktop in here, a laptop. I mean, but I would obviously have to do that on a laptop. But I wouldn't. I would have to see that. You know what I mean? Like that's not. You know what I mean? That's something that I'm gonna have to probably go over. If you
Hey, hey,
start that type of stuff like this, But
Ronald, where your glasses, Ronald?
I got it right here.
Can put your glasses on, brother. No, because no, I'm saying that, Ronald, because he's giving actually this presentation. You can ask questions as he's doing it. So just put your glasses on. That's we good. All right.
And will a brother Kono, I think he's gonna post. He usually posts them on his YouTube, and you can go back and pause it. But that's why I say ask the questions now. So any question, whatever question you got dealing with how to organize, put some on the PowerPoint, just ask the question. Then I that'll help me better see what I can show you with anybody, with how to put the presentation together. So you can ask any kind of question that you want to ask, and then Brother Connor will probably post it on his YouTube, so you all can go back. And I'm gonna post it in the study group too, and in the Telegram group. But it'll definitely be posted on the YouTube too. You can go rewatch it. All right. So, all right, another thing. Let's say you created a new PowerPoint, and you want to take from one of your old PowerPoints or something old that's in PowerPoint format from the home tab. Because remember, after you click other stuff, you changing your options. So this is your menu bar. When you click on different stuff in your menu bar, your options change. So don't think something happened. You got to see where if it's highlighting insert, that means you got different options. You're no longer on home. But if you're on home, you can go to reuse slides. So let's say if I wanted to click on this, it's going to pull up the old PowerPoints that's saved on your computer. And so it'll pull up. That's what it'll do. And then you can go select the PowerPoint itself. So like we got one to say, let's talk black, one of the PowerPoints. I would click on let's talk black, and then it'll bring up all the slides and let's talk black. And then I can pick from that particular slide something I want to bring back over. So you don't have to just feel like you got to keep recreating stuff. So so like over here, you see Let's Talk Black that we did 3 months ago. So I can click on that. And once I click on Let's Talk Black, it's gonna open up the Let's Talk Black slide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I don't have to recreate a slide on me creating it. So like you're doing a new PowerPoint for something new, but you want to take one of the 2 other slides from an old PowerPoint, it gets overwhelming when you got to keep recreating the same stuff. You get overwhelmed, and you don't want to do that. Once you start making PowerPoint, you don't want to do that. So you can go reuse this from the home tab, and does it matter what you call yourself? Those of you that was on some of you may remember that. And so you got the British National, and it'll pull up everything that you talked about. Like you got from Moore to Blackamoor, that the Indian is a British national, the Kaiwagi Indians, Great Britain versus the United States of 1926. Got the Jeremiah 13:23. And so you can pull from what you previously did. You don't have to recreate everything. If you want to take 1 or 2 slides out and go to another presentation that you did, take a few of those slides out, you can take that out and add it to what you're working on now. And that's under the home tab. I'm not going to do it because I don't want it to freeze up trying to load a lot of stuff. But you'll click on reuse slide to do that under the home tab. Now, you also can add a new slide by clicking the new slide. So let's see. So right now we're on slide 7. So if I click new slide, it's going to add a slide in between. So now it's a new slide, and I can work on this one. You know, I can work on if it flow different, like if we talking about we the people of the United States, then maybe on the next slide, you know, I want to pull up a definition about the United States. But you might not want to pull up from this slide to the next slide. You might not want to pull up, you know, the French and Indian War, because you was just talking about the 13 states. So you just want one slide to flow with the next slide till you complete your thought, till you complete what you're trying to say. And that's when you kind of introduce, but make sure you complete what you're trying to get across. And then you begin to gradually bring in your new topic in the same PowerPoint presentation. But you can use that Control M to create a new slide, or you can go to your home bar, your menu bar, and click on new slide. And if you wanted to delete a slide, you can right click and you can click delete slide. Now, let's say you got stuff laid out. Let's say it was 2 people solar return. And I say, all right, it's Abdullah Bay solar return, but it's also a Kano solar return. But let's say I don't want to recreate all this. You're gonna see that as you begin to make them. You don't have to. So what you do is you right click on this slide and you click duplicate. And so you duplicate it. And then all I gotta do now is take this photo and delete it. So I deleted this photo. Now I can go to insert. So I go to insert and I want to insert another picture. So I click on pictures. Then you got stock images. You can search on the web, but I already have his birth. I already downloaded the photo. So I go to this device so I can bring up the other person, a solar return. So I click on this device. I go to my downloads, wherever you downloaded your content to. So you can, create folders if you want to and download them to a specific folder, or it'll know where your stuff downloads to. That's the whole point. It can download wherever you want it to. And so mine is on the downloads. So let's say I'm scrolling. I just want to find a picture of somebody. It's a chess club. All right. So let's say it's these 3 guys' birthday. Oh, it's solar return. So now I didn't have to remember, I didn't retype nothing. I didn't do anything different. I just uploaded. And then it'll I'll go into that. So and then you can adjust how big the picture is right here. And that's all that basically making presentations is just bringing in having pictures to support the text, what you're trying to say. And so now instead of happy solar return, Abdullah Bay, I say happy solar return, John Henry Clark District. This is just an example. Because I deal with the brothers and they do great work in the Columbus area. And that's one of the Nation of Islam guys that was at the event, and then myself. But see, now I still got happy solar return, but I didn't have to do a lot. Only thing I did was added a photo and because I duplicated the slide. Now, since we own this, if you go to design right here at the top and click on this design button, it'll pop up and generate different concepts for you. So I can click on this one and look at what it does for me. I don't have to do it all myself. I click on this and see how it gives you that feel. I didn't do all that myself. The program does a lot of that stuff. So that's why I like using PowerPoint, because it's like a cheat code. It helps you do stuff. You ain't got to, now it's programs where you can do all this yourself. The opacity where you can put it in the background and make it more faint and put the other bring the words in the front. You can do all that manually, but it'll bring up its own designs. You can't tell it how to do it, but whatever designs it come up with, sometimes it has some cool ones. You can click on them and it'll give you a way to present what you're presenting. And so that's under the design option. And you got to click on designer. So if I just go to home and then I go click on design, it's not going to come up. The design is on the menu tab. Now I have to specify what I want. There's other designs you can do. You can do background. You can do the slide size. If for some reason you want your PowerPoint presentation to be smaller, you can make it smaller. So now you're gonna see the same picture, but it's gonna be for whatever reason dealing with the TV screen or however you want to adjust it. If for whatever reason you can do it, but usually I use widescreen. But I'm gonna go back to widescreen 16:9. But you can adjust the slide screen as well. So when you save it and you export it out, it'll be, bigger or smaller, depending on if you want it to be bigger or smaller for whatever purpose, for whatever reason, that it may not project right on your screen. When you're using your projector screen, you may say half of it's cut off. So if half of it's cut off, that means you just need to resize the slides. So you would go back to PowerPoint, resize the slide, re-export it. Now it'll be smaller. It'll fit on that screen that you were trying to use, or vice versa. That's the port. That's how you use that. But then you click on designer. So you go from design, which is the menu tab, then you click on designer. And then that's why I say pull up different designs for you to use. Like even if I go to this one, the community outreach flyer. And it's just generating slow, but when you at home doing it yourself, it probably won't move as slow as it's moving now. But sometimes it'll tell you it don't got no design for you. And you'll have to move stuff around a little bit. Then you have to go back and eventually it'll give you a design. But if it ever tells you it won't give you a design, you can move stuff around. I'm not gonna do all that. You're gonna learn stuff as you practice with it. You'll move it around, you'll go back to design again, then it'll give you more options. So let's see. And I guess it changed when I resized the slides. Let's see, design slides. Yeah, it moved everything around. And so like let's say how it's messed up like this, if you want to fix that, you can gradually drag this over. And these lines help make it symmetrical. So you don't have to just put everything perfect. But when those lines equal up, those red dotted lines, that means they both equal. So you can kind of, move these around. It takes time to do stuff, but it don't take, I did this in like 5-10 minutes. You just got to know what you're trying to do. And then you just move it around. You can drag this stuff and slide it, and whatever you're trying to portray, you don't have to say this. You can put whatever you want to put. And then you'll drag this. Oh, that's all the lines, but you can drag this and move it. And the way that you do your lines is you go to so based on what you learned, what do y'all think? What would you go to probably? I ain't gonna, never mind. But you go to insert. And so you go because you want to insert something. Because as you learn the terminology, you kind of see where you need to go to do stuff. So you want to insert these lines to be able to point to whatever your flow chart. It don't have to be like, you could create all types of flow charts. I just did this because that's the diagram that I had. But you can go to shapes. And these are the different shapes. You can put up rectangles. You can even do the zig line. So the elbow. So let's say you want to do the elbow. All right. So now the elbow, let me delete these. So it won't be in the way. All right. So we're going to go to insert. We're going to go to shapes. And we want to insert an elbow. And that's just the type of line. It's loading. Because the lines may not have to just go straight over. It may not be that situation. So you may have, like, you got We the People. And let's say, you got this down here. And you can stretch this elbow to point down here to this one. And then you may want to go take you another shape and do a line. And it's loading. And let's just say this is right here or something. You could take this line, so you'll see the need sometimes for the elbow, and then you'll see the need for to use different lines sometimes. And then you just point that line over to that one, and you can kind of, put it all together. So your only thing you gotta get used to is your toolbar up here, your menu bar, and you'll be good to go. You can, so that's how you do that. So you just insert. When you want to insert something, if you want to add something, you just click insert. Now let's say so we right here. Let's say I want to add a text box, because if I just tap over here and I try to type, nothing's gonna happen. You have to actually be inside of the box to begin to type. If you're not in the box, it won't type. So let's say if I delete this box, that box is deleted. Now, if I click in the box and I click delete, it won't delete the whole entire box. It'll only delete, it won't delete anything, but you can backspace to erase what you put in the box. But if you want to delete the box itself, where my cursor turns into four different arrows pointing in different direction, I can click on the box and then delete that particular everything in that box. And if I want to see, if I click on it like this is just so I can type. When the cursor looks like an eye, that's just so you can type inside of the box. It has nothing to do with deleting the actual box. But if you want to delete the box itself, because you just for some reason, you'll find out why you need to delete the box. You can click on it and then press delete. It'll delete the whole box. Now, if you want to bring in a new box, you click on insert. We're already under the insert tab. So I go to text box. So I click on text box, and now my cursor, all right. So now my cursor don't look like that. Let me delete it. So you'll know that you're trying to bring something to your presentation. So now my cursor just looks like a regular arrow. But if I go to text box and click on text box, and then I bring it over to the presentation, it looks like a plus sign. It looks different than a regular cursor. So that means you're trying to bring something from your menu bar to to what you want to present. So I click on that, and it pops up the text box. If I don't do that, you can't type on here. So right now I'm typing on the keyboard, but nothing will pop up. So I have to go to insert, go to text box, and then boom. And let's say so then let's say I want to take something from the internet. Let's just say I'm gonna get something from Moore's Masonry. Let's say I want to talk about this book right here, Moore's Masonry, Part 1. But you don't want to have to pull one screen up and have another and type this in. So y'all know about this though. You just highlight it, and then you right click and you copy it. So you copy that, and then you come back to your PowerPoint, but you got to paste it in the box though. And then, then I paste it. And so you can take little excerpts and stuff from the treaties or, from cases, etc. And you can take certain parts out of it, and you always have the source. That's one thing I was gonna say. When you do make your PowerPoints, so let's say if I wanted to take this and I post the book, I would copy and paste mooresandmasonry.org so they know where I got the information from, as if because I didn't create it myself. So you'll go insert a footer. If you want, you ain't got to do that like that. But let's say I want to create a footer, and then in the footer, I want to put mooresandmasonry.org. I put apply to all. And well, it's low and slow, but it'll pop up at the bottom. But let's just say, all right, you can get it. If that don't work for some reason, damn, I don't want to spend too much time. I done tried to do it, and it ain't popping up. I don't see it in the footer. See, let me see if it do it like this. Then. If I do slideshow from current side. And see, you'll run into issues like that. You say, well, it ain't in the footer, but don't get caught up and waste a lot of time like that. Just if it don't work right now like that, it's other ways to do stuff. So you just go to insert, you add your new box. Hold on. You go to text box, add a new box. Sometimes and it may just be my data. All right, there you go. And so then you could put Moore's and Masonry, So when they ask you, you ain't got to remember where you got it from. When you making the presentation, go ahead and put at the bottom of each slide where you got the information. Whether you, like if I was talking about, if I say Indian is a national, is a British national, I can't don't just put that on the presentation. You can put it on the presentation, but then go to the where you got that from and have that and replace some Moors and Masonry. You will have that link that read that, and then you can screenshot, you know, and take the portion of that case and present it on your screen, because you don't want to have a whole bunch of stuff. You want the presentation supposed to be just presenting it, just getting them, directing them as much as you can to what you're trying to convey, but you don't have to cram it and make it too full. You want to make them engage and make it easy for them to see it, put pictures and stuff up. But you can, and then you put where you got it from. You copy and paste where you got it from in anything that you create. So then when they challenge you, you know, you have your source down there. You say, well, I got this from, you know, Moors and Masonry. You know, I got this from the 1926 case between Great Britain and the United States on behalf of the Great Britain, on behalf of the Kaiwagi Nation versus the United. I got that from that case. And so that's why I say then you have that there. And then when you can give that to them, they can screenshot it and go find it themselves, because you already gonna have the screenshot of it. And even if you want to take the page, say this came from page 35, that won't hurt. So if you read and it's like a 50-page document and you don't read it over time, say what link you got it from and what page you got it from. And you can always add a text box. Let's say Moors and Masonry, you know, part 2. I got it from page 15. So that when they go buy the book, you know, they know page 15 got what they was looking for on that particular topic. And so you just piecing together like a puzzle. You're just piecing it together. Any questions so far, or like just something? Because remember now, I ain't just doing this just to get by today and say it's so we all can start creating PowerPoints, so we all can start creating presentations. You don't have to do it all in one day. You can just gradually do one slide a day. You know, but I'm saying I ain't just here just to be talking. You know, I want us to be able to create our own educational PowerPoint. Then we critique it in the background, you know. Oh, I think you need to put this or add this. That's cool. But we do that amongst ourselves. And then once the people come on through the community outreach, our presentation is solid. And we got something for them. But any questions or like question ideas or something, you want me to show you how to do something or something? So somebody tell me, how do you add a picture? If you wanted to add a picture to the PowerPoint, how would you go about doing that? Anybody remember? Which tab would you select?
Insert.
Yeah, all right. So you would go to insert and then what?
And then the add images, pictures.
Where you see, what should I click on?
It's a little bit blurry once. On mine, it is showing pictures.
Okay, yeah,
And then
she's right. So we click on
picture, I bet-
pictures and then
Picture
what?
from file, online pictures,
Mhm.
photo browser. It gives you a few different ones.
Yeah. And so you can like if you're on Facebook, you want to take some Facebook or Google or whatever, it'll save to your device. So but you can even go to stock images. So let's click on stock images and see. So stock images is just stuff like that. I don't use this much, but it may be a time where you want to use that, you know.
And you can type in like you can search different pictures and stuff on there. Like I've looked before, like you can find a fez on there. Like there's different images that you can search if you wanted to stick them into.
Yeah, and yeah, she's right. Yeah, you can search different stuff. And there may be times you can use this, you know, it'll come in, but just know it's there. And like she say, you can type stuff in and it'll help find it for you if you're looking for something specific. So you can use stock images. But then if you download it to your device, you can do it from this device, and you'll learn more about the other stuff as you play with it yourself. But that's how you do a picture. Now, if you want to add a video, on the far right hand corner, you'll see that's pictures though. But if you want to add a video that you got on your phone, or I mean on your computer, you can do the PowerPoint from your phone. It seems like it's a little harder. But you go over here, you go to insert still because you're inserting something. Then you go over here to video, and then same thing. You can you click on stop video. So now this is stop video. If you want to do a stop video, or you can go to this device. And so then in the video, oh look at Kim, man. Hey, you go to video, and then you can like this is a video where they talking about how they poisoning our food that I was trying to add for the garden committee. And then you would click on that, and it'll start loading. So it's loading. Y'all see the progress bar, and it's loading, and it'll load until it uploads. If it fits if the video is the right format. If it's not the right format, you can go to what Brother Kano showed me here today. So see how quick the video downloaded, and then it may be low, but you play it.
How U.S. food
And
regulations have left American consumers.
But that's the point. And then I delete it. But now when you do your screen share, because when we played the video earlier, they said we didn't hear anything. Amanda and Kono, they couldn't hear the audio. So when you doing the screen share,
You did just hear that one.
Oh, yeah. So the reason, so the reason why we were able to hear this one is because when you do the screen share, now we're talking Zoom though. When you do the screen share from Zoom, there's an option before you click share, before your screen is sharing, you can click share sound on the video. It's a box, and you can check it so that the Zoom will share the sound from the video. If you don't do it and you play a video, the listeners, the audience won't hear the sound. There won't be any sound coming out, but the video will be playing. So the way you troubleshoot that, you stop the screen share, and then I can't show you because it won't be screen sharing when I do it. But you go to screen share and you click on sound and optimize this video, all that. You'll see it before you click share, and you check those boxes. Because if you play a video from your PowerPoint presentation, the listeners won't hear it unless you check those boxes from Zoom. And that's the only way to play a video from your PowerPoint presentation. Does anybody know how do you add a slide? If I want to add a slide, how do you add a slide? Does anybody remember?
You can click to duplicate a slide, correct?
Yeah. So over here, what she's talking about, the slides here on the left, if you right click, then you can click duplicate slide. But as you get, 5, you just hit Control D, and it'll automatically, you ain't got to click on that. So you can do that, right click on the slide, or you can hit Control D. What's another way to add a slide? Through your home bar, your toolbar. Anybody remember? This one right here. Well, I don't know if y'all see my cursor, but it's popping up, and you can add a new slide right there. Now, let's say you got your slides up here, but let's say, well, it ain't popping up. But let's just say the study group, that's because I did something. Let's see. The pictures I need. But let's just say I wanted to show this slide before another slide or after another slide. You can click on your slide, and y'all see it moving. You can drag. So right now it's number 5, but you can slide this slide up, and now you can make it number 2. And so it went from 5 to 2. You don't have to recreate the slide. You might say, I want this slide to be presented earlier in my presentation or later, because it flows better after you get everything. You might say, I need to slide because it flows better as you doing your presentation. Then you just slide one of the slides to wherever you want it to be. You can make it the first slide if you want. And Now, let's say I want to make right now y'all can see all the other stuff, the background stuff. But let's say I wanted to make this slideshow project, and that's all you can see is my slideshow. You would go to slideshow at the top on your, all this gonna be on your, just remember menu bar, and just play with, as long as you just play with it. Download PowerPoint. Now the only thing, they do charge for PowerPoint. So that's the only other thing, but you can, I think it's free for a little while, and then they charge so much. But if you can if you need to work on a PowerPoint, I may can let you log in with hours if that's what you're trying to, you really amped up about it. But it only let so many people sign in on the one email, like three people. So but if you making your PowerPoints, you trying to you rolling, you can use ours, and then I would talk about how you could come up, because it take funding. It's gonna take putting something into stuff to be able to make stuff work. But if you got to, you can use, because you can even use this one and export it. You can make you a few, export them, and then sign out so somebody else can, so that's fine. But if you can come up with ways to maybe pay for the PowerPoint. But and then we'll get more into that, because I also want to talk about in the future us, every study group, where we at least donate one Federal Reserve note. It can be more, but at least one Federal Reserve note. And but it don't go to me though. I'm saying, I don't even want it to go to me, but it got to go to somewhere though. We can't not do it though. That's what I'm emphasizing. I don't even want it to go to me. I got enough to deal with, but we have to do it though. And so that's why I want to get into that. And we practice that amongst our body politics, so you can have this kind of stuff to be able to do your PowerPoints and different stuff, because that's what you got to do it. I mean, you're gonna have to do that. And you got stuff like Canva, but I don't know how to use Canva. I don't know how accessible and how you work it. I know Brother Kano used Canva, I think, and CapCut, which I'm gonna learn that as well. But when you go to your slideshow, you at the top, you can start from the beginning, or you can start from the current slide. So you don't have to start from the beginning. You may already talked about you may be starting over. You may be part 2 to your presentation. So in your presentation, you working on part 2, but you stopped off on slide 6 last time. So you don't want to start from the beginning. You want to start from slide 6. So you will hit start from current slide. And now when I click that, that's all you all can see now. And that's how, the only reason you can see this toolbar up here is because that's how I did the screen share. I screen shared it to share everything. But when you're doing presentations from your Zoom, it'll ask you, do you want to share like the different tabs you got up? Do you want to share just the PowerPoint? Just the PowerPoint? Do you want to share anything where you can minimize stuff and show other stuff in the background? Do you want to just share your email? So you can share specific stuff that you already have pulled up on your computer, and they will only see that. I'm just doing a full screen share so I can minimize and show other stuff and go to more, so I can see other stuff on how it works. But so that's what you would do to start your slideshow presentation. And then if you want to exit out, you hit and then another thing you can do down here, that's end slideshow. Turn camera off. And then see how if you don't remember something, you can just put your cursor over it, and it'll tell you what you're trying to do. That's what a lot of folks, sometimes they go to draw tool and they try to draw while you're doing your present for whatever they get out of that. But then if you want to do see all slides, you can click this. See, if I was really doing the screen share, y'all wouldn't see this, but I can pull this up. And let's say you talking on, slide 9 or whatever, but you want to recap last session. without going from one slide to the next slide to the next slide to the. You can say you may have 50 slides, so you don't have time to skip from this slide, that slide, that. So you do what you go to that, and then you can skip. So I want to go over here to this slide. I'm gonna skip this slide 12. From once you skipping 4, 5 slides. So you just hover your cursor down here at the bottom, and they won't see this when you're doing the screen share the right way. This won't pop up on everybody else won't see this. And then you click see all slides, and then it brings up all your slides. And so this presentation got 34 slides. I can skip wherever I want to within the presentation. And you click escape, or if that don't work, you can click back. And it's just slowing down. That's why I don't like that. It take a lot of energy for it to do certain stuff. That's why I ain't did a lot, because it take my internet not that fast. But then see, like I'm doing a full screen share. This is why I got. Well, what I do sometimes from my phone, I go to my phone and I get a picture and I email it to myself so I can get it from my cell phone to the computer for whatever. So I could just do it from the computer sometimes. I go on Facebook, but then I would click on this picture from my email, and then I can download it to my computer. And once I download it to my computer, then I take it, I go to PowerPoint, and I can get it over to the presentation. So it's just all about getting it on your computer, and then you get it to your PowerPoint. But I'm doing a full screen share, so if I wanted to pull up Moroccan Post Media, I could pull it up like this and play some of the if that's what you wanted to do. Or like if I wanted to go to a Econo, I want to pull up there, I click on this link, and I already subscribed. But if you all see the link in the chat, make sure you all go subscribe and hit the notification bell. Helping our people elevate. I need to click the bell myself. Oh, well, I already did. And so when he posts something, it'll let me know when he posts something new. And so a lot of our study groups are posted on here. And you'll see some of the older study groups, and you can always go back and look at the shorts and all the stuff that he got posted. And that's for helping our people elevate. That's why it's here. So you can subscribe while you don't have to wait. You can do it now. You can go ahead and subscribe and become a part of helping our people elevate. You may have your own platform. Post it so we can subscribe. But if you don't, let's support the stuff we got. And go ahead and subscribe to this Chrome TV. But go ahead and subscribe to Moroccan Post Media too. And so yes. And so the PowerPoint thing is still loading slow. I'm gonna try to refresh it. Why refresh? Any questions? How do you do something? If I'm doing a presentation, because if you don't ask, that means you about ready to at least start putting something together. Whatever it may be. And I want to help. So I'm not saying do it all by yourself. I'm just saying, but do it though. Whatever PowerPoint. But any question, ideas? How do you do something else? I missed this part. I didn't see it. Can you go back over something? Anything? Was it informative? Did it help any kind of way? Was it a waste of time? I guess is anybody on?
The presentation, it helped. I did have a question. With the slides, if we were to create a presentation, would it be okay? Like if other people were creating presentations, if we use certain slides, in our presentation that they already created?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you could like if Brother Kano had a slide that you like, you saying can he send you that? Can he send it to you so you can upload it to yours?
Right. And you can just create your own presentation, but include previous slides from, meetings that we had.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. And if we were all using the same, I think you could pay extra and more people can sign in. Like if once we get like that, like we had like, all the teachers that want to do PowerPoints, we could all use one PowerPoint login. And so we can, like when I was going to their slide, I can go to this reuse slide. So nobody has to send it to me because this is only the PowerPoints within this login information and password. But let's say we had one for Morse consciousness and all of us contributed $3 a month, to pay for the PowerPoint. So then it will have much it cost, and then we all would be on there. So then I could go and say, "Oh, this is the Kim's yoga. I want to talk a little bit about yoga." So I go to the Kim's yoga from the reuse slide, and I can just borrow it from your slide. I can borrow from your slide, so we all won't be on different platforms. I actually I think that's a good idea when we get more presenters for us to all probably use what we pool our resources. Everybody go $5-10 a month to be able to have a PowerPoint. But every PowerPoint that I do, every PowerPoint O'Connell do, it'll be there so somebody else can go borrow without asking anybody to send it or do all that. You can say, "Oh, I remember the birthright." Well, I don't know them about that yet, but I remember about the Q&A recap of Easter. I just want to take that one slide. Let me go click on the Q&A Easter recap PowerPoint, and then let me go find that slide, and it'll insert into your presentation. And so I didn't really know that till recently that we could do this, but that's very powerful when you're talking mass education and making it effective amongst a body politic of people. That'll be good. It won't be a lot of email me this, send me this. It'll all be on the login. When you log in, it'll all be there. And so like you might like one of the slides and you can pull this slide. So boom, I just clicked on this slide. It's loading, and it'll pop up. And now it's in my presentation. Boom. I ain't have to download now, go do that. Now it's do rabbit lay eggs. So yes, yeah, that's a good question. And yes, we can do that though. Yeah, you can borrow slides and add it to your press. So you can get more comfortable. You may be like, I don't know what I want to say. So you want to borrow other slides. And yeah, that's totally fine. That's totally fine.
And I'll just add, I think that it would also be worth getting into a habit of, if we're using somebody else's slide, just making, I don't know what the appropriate citation would be, but citing that it was from this presentation by this person on this date, and that's where that slide came from.
Yes.
Because it could be
right.
So a bad
yeah.
habit to get into use those ideas without just citing it.
Yeah, that's very important because you can say, and then because as we're gonna be
But
posting,
I think that's a good idea to use the other ideas and bring them in and kind of incorporate everything together. So I think that is a good idea.
I'm right on. I'm right with you. I'm right with you. So yeah, you would reference. Hopefully, if there's the video we posted, you could say, post a YouTube link. This is where the slide came from. You can watch it from a Econo's page or wherever platform, which is Econo's page is where they're posted. So we can say they're posted on, Hope, and copy the link when you do borrow. Like Amanda said, yeah, when you do borrow the slide, yeah, you do want to reference where you got it from because they may want to go to their whole presentation. And so yeah, you want to make sure you reference so even you remember where you got it from. So you can reference them to the source of where you got it from. Yeah. Was this, and don't just, was this helpful in it? Did it teach you how to use PowerPoint a little bit? Do you feel like you could at least get on here and do a presentation, or is it you just still lost with doing it?
I think, I mean, I have a little bit of experience with PowerPoint, but I think that from my perspective, you did a very good job of like PowerPoint 101, and they should pay you for this presentation.
Did anybody who hasn't never used it, do you feel kind of comfortable a little bit? Because I don't know, I just want to get better. That's why I ask questions. So and we'll get off here in a few minutes. But I want to know so I could be more. Should I have not done it more live and had more slides to read with this kind of just this kind of, y'all know how I do the other ones. But should I have had more screenshots and more still shots to make it more effective, or was it okay to do it live like this? If I do another one every quarter to get, when other people, I'm just talking. What do y'all think?
As I was listening, you had me adding on to my presentation.
You real low.
As I was listening, you had me adding on to my presentation for tomorrow. So you gave me some ideas as you were presenting this. So it's in my presentation. I'm gonna work on some more tonight once we get done with this. But yeah, you gave me some ideas, so it was very helpful.
Okay. I can't wait. I can't wait to get on tomorrow. It's gonna be a good presentation. Well, that's all I got. Now I can't pull it up now. I was gonna pull up the flyer. Yeah, it's pinned to my page on the flyer for May 18th. Be sure to share it, send it out to your loved ones and your close net, your different organizations that you've been building with. And it also will be streaming. And so they'll be able, if they can't make it physically, they can send donation and watch it live from a streaming. So I appreciate you all being on, taking the time with me. Hope that this was helpful and that we're encouraged to put what's in our mind on a PowerPoint format, even if it's questions, because your questions can turn to a presentation. Just but put it, and so let's continue to push our efforts forward. And happy solar return again, the brother Abdullah Bay. I do appreciate you motivating me to keep going when
Thank you all. Thank you all again.
Happy solar return again.
And
Thank you again.
I seen this presentation, Kano, if you want to post it.
Okay.
Just a dummy
Also, before
101.
you close, Kwasi, I want to add. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I want to add before you close. Also, same way how I just said, like I take notes
Hold
from
on, hey,
your
Ronald.
presentation.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Put your mute on.
I take notes from your presentations, and so what I'm saying is that other people may have ideas. You and I are both still students in this, so there may be something someone else can present, and they may not know how to put it in these type of formations. And so again, just reach out to us, and we can help y'all with this. That's what we're here for, to help each other. And so don't be afraid. I mean, we are all one family. I mean, let's build together. And so that's all I had to say.
We'll leave on that note. You all unity together. That's all we got. Anybody else?
I said Kwasi. Yeah, I did have something. I wrote something recently, right? I know it's only 9 of us here. I was gonna let y'all hear this. If y'all got time. I think that it's a little something. I think it might go well with this group. It's up to you, bro.
What'd you say?
I wrote something. It's like a all right, a friend of mine, he got something coming out. He's not exactly what you would call a conscious morph, but considering what we up against out here, he a pretty smart brother. But anyway, he want me to jump on it. So Sunday he asked me to write something real quick. So I wrote something, and I'm thinking what I wrote, I think it might appeal to this group. You know what I mean? I think that y'all might enjoy the words. I just want to let y'all hear it.
Go ahead, bro.
Okay. Toward the color of God, like I predicted, he got inspired by Pope and all this stuff and all the Pope, kissing and the John foot and all that. So he decided to come up with something called the color of God. So it was only like 16 bars. He just did it. Right. Right. Check the nature of humankind, curious questions every line. Yet the implication of the song's title is more of a statement of equity time. I'm not talking about the show with the $5 Indian stealing the melanated original sign, not throwing no shade, only revealing the bloodlines of the gods each and every rhyme. Let's be clear, all of humanity was birthed out the womb of the triple space of darkness, not the space above your head, but the two open legs so you looked out into a world that's become so heartless. Two scoops of chocolate resonating peacefully as a nature by the mother goddess. You look up at a melanated face as it glows like the eclipse light solar conscious. Why this discussion now, some may ask, Black said removed by the spirit, not just because Vladimir Putin on the news releasing pictures of Russian icons soaking gaslit. They've had those pictures of the gods and goddesses specifically used just as distraction and befuddlement. The hidden black hand of the magician, but you can't trick me. I got higher science conquering the conglomerate. Let's get back to the deepness and depth, meanest terms, art, imitating life, vice versa. Negro, black, colored, politically removes the land from the indigenous, aboriginal, melanated God's hands to soldier. Fundamentally flawed, other humans, oxymorons, seeing the dominance of Americans still confused about the same color. God, producer. To the next step, which is the re-rise of the gods and goddesses of real time, for better or worse. Time at the time, our ancestors, the eternals, continuously communicate through positive activation internet service.
Ooh. Hey, that dope, man.
That was good, man. That was good, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had you on my mind,
keep working on that.
That color stuff. Huh?
Yeah, keep coming up with that's fine, bro. Like that's fine. Yeah, keep doing that. Yeah, keep working on new. Yeah, because you teaching and you rhyming with it, and so that I like it. I think that's dope.
Thanks, bro.
All right, well, that's it. You got something else you were gonna say? Oh, you good? All right.
No, I was gonna say, I'm gonna come up with some more stuff, but anytime, if it's another group, if y'all want to hear it again, or somebody else want to hear it, or the convention or whatever, But just putting it out there. But yeah.
Hey, on the fourth Wednesday, I might have to bring you on at the end for another one now. So work on another one, man. We might have to close like that every time. I like that. But I'm out then, y'all. Peace. See you all tomorrow on the study group with a Kano. I'll post
hold on. But Cole, you got something to say? Cola.
It was a great presentation. I appreciate it. Happy solar return, Blue.
Thank you. Pacola, you think we can Ronald's gonna be at the conference. He's gonna be at the conference. You think you wanna you think you got you make a place for him in the entertainment part?
Oh, I was actually already thinking about that poetry. It was awesome. Yeah, I mean, there's at least 2 other people that's doing poetry, so that'll be great.
That's Pacola's area as far as the planning for the conference. So when I saw your green light, the green light light up, I thought you wanted to say something. All right, so yeah, that was really good, Ronald. So Ronald will be coming in the morning, and he'll be with us throughout the day. I think he'll be leaving out about 8 o'clock because I catch his 9:40 bus train back to DC. But he'll be with us throughout the day on the 18th.
Baltimore, brother. Baltimore.
I mean Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yeah, Baltimore. Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah, Ronald called me today.
Great.
All right, right on. Right. Thank you for sharing, Ronald.
It's long, brother.
Okay.
Islam. Peace, everyone.
Thank you again.
It's long, brother. Peace and love.
Islam.